are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Great having you on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not even a month. Have you been in the country right now?
Yeah, it's just over a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
How?
You're the first TV show I've actually done.
Serious?
Yeah.
I saw you had a radio interview.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I had 2 so far.
Okay.
Power.
Okay. How is it going for you so far?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's nice to be back. I haven't been back since end of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. I flew back to the UK. COVID happened. We went into lockdown, so I couldn't travel back. So in that time, I just decided to go into the studio, record music where I could. I was partly recording from home. And then when we were let out, I recorded in the studio. Then I decided to come back.
Amazing. Let's talk about your comeback now. You're back in Zambia.
Yeah.
You went quiet despite posting and updating your social media away from music.
Yeah.
Are we expecting different things from you? Maybe coming back, more music?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be releasing a new single this month. And I'm also going to be releasing an EP in October. So I went quiet, but it wasn't really by choice, because when I went back to the UK in 2019, my plan was to come back in 2020. But then COVID happened. So I was forced to be on lockdown. Zambia was put on the red list. So if I came here, I wouldn't be able to go back.
Okay, yeah.
So I had to kind of just make a decision like, okay, in this time where I can't travel, I can record. So I've recorded a lot of songs. And now I'm here ready to promote them and do videos and do shows. Yeah.
Did you get affected with what was trending? I know this was one of the things that was also being talked about. I remember the last time that social media people were talking about you because of the incident that you had with Slap D, or rather the encounter, because Slap D was featured in that song. Did it also affect you one way or the other?
You mean personally?
Yeah.
Or, of course, personally, I was upset. And I did share that on social media. Looking back on it now, I think I reacted maybe too quickly from emotion and impulse. And when I look back now, it's like, yes, we invested in the video. We paid a crew, we paid makeup artists, we paid locations. So it was frustrating because we had paid that money. But at the same time, it's like, well, these things happen and just move on. And I'm not the first artist that has happened to. You know, there are people who reached out to me and said they've had their own separate situations with other people and they've never said anything about it. You kind of just have to keep it pushing. So looking back now, I'm like, whatever.
But if you would have worked on a song, another song with Slap D, would you make it still happen?
He would have to ask me, and he would have to ask me very nicely.
Okay. So you should be the one asking you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Only because of the experience before. It's like, why would I go and put myself, you know, once bitten, twice shy? So I would wait to be asked, and then maybe.
As you have been out there in diaspora as well, I'm sure in UK, you've seen how things are worked on. Is there anything that you have noticed that you feel like, okay, we need to improve?
Oh, where do I start?
Like some of the things that you would share, because this is like an opportunity for some of us that want to get find out from you. Yeah.
Definitely. I think as a culture, we just work differently. I think Zambian people, we get things done, but at our own pace and in our own sort of way. Whereas in the UK, there's a lot of structure and there are rules and regulations. I can't just walk into a place and say, this is my music, play it. No, you have to go through this person or a radio plugger or this. Like, you can't even just submit your music to radio. You have to go through a radio plugger who you have to pay, who has a special relationship with those DJs to actually take you seriously. So I think the difference is just structure, like that structure that's in place. I'm not saying that's what I want here, but I think maybe a bit of structure in the music industry will help us a little bit more. Especially in terms of going international, if we have that structure, it will help. On
the part where you explain saying you have to pay a plug, is it like a must? There's nothing like someone promoting for free?
There's some people who promote for free, like if you're signed to a record label, of course, or management company, then those people will already know the right people. So they won't necessarily ask for payment, but it will be like they're getting a cosign from someone who they trust. They are quite weary of just playing music from anyone because they're not so sure about the reputation of someone, you know? But I love that here, like for yourself, the way you give upcoming artists the opportunity. They don't have to go through so much red tape or so many barriers. I think it's wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned about your coming EP.
Yes.
What's the package?
Yeah.
Like the body of the work. What are we expecting?
Yeah.
In it?
So Tino Farah is actually on the EP.
Okay.
And it's an Afro pop R&B type project, which I love. That's my truest passion, is the Afro pop and the R&B together. So yeah, there are different types of songs. I think people will like them. If you liked Tino Farah, then you'll definitely like the project, because the songs are in that sort of same genre. And yeah, it's got about 8 songs. And about 1 feature. But I'm not gonna say names.
Is it a Zambian?
Just yet, yes.
Zambian artist?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's exciting.
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Okay. Like when? Which month?
October.
Okay.
It's going to come out in October. I haven't decided on a date yet. We haven't decided on a date yet, but it's definitely October that the EP will come out, but the single's coming out in September.
I was having a conversation with someone. They don't believe that you are born and bred Zambian.
You know what? I heard this comment. Just yesterday, someone said, it's really hard for me as your fan because I tell people you're Zambian and they don't believe me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, my name is the most Zambian name. So why don't people believe it?
Maybe you need to convince them. I don't know how. So I was having a conversation. They were asking me, saying, is she like born and bred Zambian?
Okay, I was born here, but I was raised in the UK.
Okay.
So I wasn't bred here, but I was born here, and I come back as often as I can. Apart from the COVID time, as a family, we would come back like once a year. So I'm very, very Zambian. I speak a bit of Bemba, and you know what I mean. Don't test me.
I'm putting you on spot
Don't
right
test
now.
me.
I'm putting you on spot right now.
I wish I hadn't said that.
I'm putting you on spot right now. Maybe you can just mention your village and your chief.
Okay, so I think it's Chief Mumporokoso. The villages in Porokoso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe have you tried to dig deep and maybe find out more, or maybe do you plan on visiting your village?
I would love to. I have asked my parents, but I think they've even said that now a lot of people have moved into the city. So if we went, we wouldn't even probably know the people who are still there. A lot of our family is in the city or abroad and stuff like that over the generations, but I would love to. I think it would make a really fun documentary actually for me to go back to my roots.
Yeah. The other thing I'd like to find out, we have less women putting in so much work. We're talking about Zambian music. What could be the problem?
You know what? It's a really male-dominated industry, and that's not just in Zambia, that's the whole world. The music industry is male-dominated. But I think in Zambia, then you add culture and how people still have this thing of a woman's place, unfortunately. So as an artist, it feels like for us, we have to do twice the work in order to be taken seriously. But there are a lot of incredible female artists. Bombshell's doing her thing. I recently started listening to Towela. She's incredible. Princess Natasha? Chancellor, that's it. She's doing incredible. So there's so many of us. But I think the industry itself maybe puts a few barriers just because we're women, you know. I do see a lot of men who are up and coming who get to perform on big stages, and I'm thinking, I don't even know who that person is. Like, why isn't Bombshell there? Why isn't this person there or that person there? So I don't know. I think I should be asking you, because you're a man and you're in the industry, like, why do you guys, you know, close the doors for us? Because we're here, we're ready, we work, we do our influencing, we're on social media, we get a lot of attention online, but when it comes to the shows and stuff, we're not given the same platforms.
Let's do this. Let's go to a break. Opinion. What do you think?
Nice song. Very, very nice video. I really, really love that video.
Is there anything that you feel like they left out that you feel like they needed to work on that video?
No, I love the video. I'm really, really impressed. That's why I was asking you, like, who shot that video?
Shot by someone that I know. His name is OGBJ.
Okay. Yeah, no, impressive. Really good video.
Yeah. But is there anything that also would like to find out about you? I know you mentioned about your EP and any other things right there as well. Is there any shows that we should expect you? Are you planning on having any event while you are in Zambia?
Absolutely. I'm planning on doing something to promote the EP.
Okay.
So people should just stay tuned on my social media. I'm Katongo on Facebook. Very easy to find, verified. So yeah, Katongo.
I love the emphasis on the verification.
So it'll be easy to find my profile. And Yeah, just stay tuned. Like I've got some diehard fans who, even over the 3 years where I haven't really released anything, they've been rocking with me. So I really appreciate that.
How's your music? Is your music getting amazing feedback from UK as well?
I mean, when I
if you had to do comparison between UK and Zambia?
Yeah, when I released Tina Farah, that did really well for me, both here and there. Got a lot of radio play on the BBC and in Nigeria and just various places, so I was really happy with that. Obviously, I've been quiet for a little bit, so yeah, I did get a call from the BBC. They're like, "Are you releasing anything new?" And it's like, "Yes, I will be," but I really needed time to do something that I felt would be very, very good. I didn't want to just release anything just for the sake of being present, you know? So, yeah.
To a new artist who's coming up, anything that you feel like they should expect in this business?
You have to work hard and you have to be your biggest fan, because there are a lot of people who are going to tell you you're not very good. And social media, especially Zambian social media, can be ruthless.
Yeah.
So you need to have very thick skin and practice, practice, practice. You know, it's not something that's impossible. I feel like if I can do it, and I've been away for so long, and I can come back and do it, then someone here can definitely do it.
True that. It was great having a conversation with you.
Thank you very much.
Let's do it.